Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lottie. Thank you so much for choosing to do your Pilates workout with me today. We've got a flexibility and core combo routine. So probably two things that you come to Pilates for. We always know Pilates is good for the core, good for really connecting to your abdominal muscles and finding stability, which is great for your back and everything. And then also Pilates is amazing for flexibility as well, which maybe you don't know, maybe you would think more yoga for flexibility, but actually there is so much in Pilates that helps improve your flexibility and of course your mobility at joint level as well, which is, I personally think, a little bit more important than necessarily being super stretchy anyway. So with all that in mind, we're going to do a really lovely combination of exercises. Make sure you're feeling nice and warm, you're hydrated, and let's get started. So we're going to begin. Now, these are not beginner exercises, so you might want to go to a more beginner routine if you're more of a beginner. So these are more kind of like mid-level intermediate. So just keep that in mind, take care of your body and look after yourself throughout this practice. So we're going to start in seated with our hands behind us. So you're really getting this nice shoulder stretch. So you pull the shoulders gently back. You're going to just feel the wrists stretching a little bit maybe as well. If this is really uncomfortable on your wrists, you can turn your fingers out to the side and that can sometimes help. But just take a moment to breathe in this posture. We've got our feet hip distance apart, grounding through the feet. And we're going to start to lift our hips up. So you're going to bear weight down evenly through the feet. Bear weight down through the hands as you lift the pelvis and then start to roll from the pelvis, the tailbone up. So we come into like a table position with our body. Take a nice inhale and just gaze upwards or forwards and then start to roll down. So rippling down through the spine, bone by bone, and then just let your pelvis come back weighted onto the mat. So we'll do that a few more times. We lift the pelvis up, inhale. As you exhale, start to roll the pelvis up, bridging all the way to that table position. Feel the weight down through the shins into the feet. Inhale there. Exhale as you roll down through the spine. You keep working your glutes and hamstrings even on the way down, and then you rest weight back onto your pelvis. And we go again. Bear weight down through the legs, through the arms. Try not to lock the elbows. So you want to keep kind of like a little press up. And we inhale as we get to the top. And we exhale, waving down. And we're going to go for one more and we're going to add a little bit of a leg exercise. So let's take it up again. Now you can always modify and do this exercise with your pelvis down on the floor. Or we're going to do 6 on each leg, a little unfolding of the leg. So we're going to lift the right leg up. We're going to do a little stretch for the hamstring, flex the foot and draw a line straight down to the floor with that straight leg. And we go again, 6, so we've got 5 more. Unfold the leg straight up, flex the foot, heel presses down. 4 more. Flex and reach. 3. Flex and reach. 2. Flex and reach. Last one. Flex and reach. Good. Let's reset into the middle. So balance the weight back and then like a wave come down. And we're going to go again on the other side. So take a moment to reposition. Through the shoulders, let's roll the pelvis up. So we're going to do 6 on the other side. Now you might be feeling those triceps. So press in. Let's bring the left knee towards us. Stretch it high. Flex the foot. Lengthen it as if it's being pulled out of the hip. Away. It comes up. It unfolds. Flex and draw it down with control. And 4 more. And 3. And 2. Good. And last one. Can you keep the hips really level? Draw that heel down, slide the foot back in, level the weight back onto both feet, and bring it down all the way. Release those arms, well done. Just stretch your wrists out. And we're gonna go for our next exercise. So stretch the legs about the width of your mat, sit nice and tall, and we're gonna reach the arms all the way out in front. Now, we're gonna find a roll back. So draw the belly button towards the spine, start to peel the pelvis back and underneath you. At the same time, pull your right elbow back and look over your right shoulder. Good. So it's like a twist, like you're pulling a bow and arrow. And then as you come up, you're going to dive forwards through the middle and reach through the legs. So a spine stretch forward. We go again, we go back. So as we rock, roll the pelvis under, we're stretching out through the legs. We pull the left elbow back as we twist, working into those oblique abdominals. You're going to come up and over and reach to the feet, past the feet, through the legs. And we continue. We pull back and we row. Exhale and we reach. Pull back and we row to the left. And we reach it through. Good. So you create this nice rhythm. You're working your oblique abdominals. As you rotate to the side, you're stretching your legs, your hamstrings. You're mobilizing your spine, your hips. And reaching through. Good. Really row it back, trying to reach the floor behind you and then reach the floor in front of you as you come over. Good. Keep going. I'm going to scoot forwards because kind of scoot back with this exercise a little bit and forwards and row back. Really creating that resistance through the air. Back so you can touch the floor with that elbow and bring it through. We've got 4 more. Keep working through that middle and touch the floor forwards, yes, and touch the floor back and touch the floor forwards. 1 more on each side. Reach it back, scoop it forwards, reach it back, scoop it forwards. And we're going to stay here for a moment. So reach it forwards again and just let your hands rest down. So relax into this. We're not going to hold it for too long, but you're just going to take a couple of deep breaths. Good. And then start to roll back up. And give your shoulders a little roll. And we're going to go to our next exercise. So we're going to come around to our high kneeling position. So knees are hip distance apart, and we're going to do our front of thigh stretch, and we're going to add a little bit of back extension to this at some point as well in a minute. But first of all, let's practice this thigh stretch. So you're pushing down through the shins. Now this is really good for the core, for the center. And also we're going to get a thigh stretch and a hip stretch. So we're just going to lean back from the knees in one straight line as the arms reach forwards and come up. So I'll show you from the side. You might want some extra padding under your knees if you've got quite a hard surface. And come up. So only go as far back as you can without dropping at the pelvis. And you also want to really feel that rib to hip relationship. Like you're trying to tuck your, as if you've got a t-shirt and you're trying to, this is quite a good one to show actually because it's quite a good level. But it's like you're trying to tuck your t-shirt into your leggings. So imagine you've got a t-shirt, you're trying to tuck it into your leggings like that. And you don't want to let it pop out like that. So you want to try and tuck it in, keep it there as you go back and up. You're working the backs of the legs as well. So it's always a full body feeling. Good. And you'll start to feel the thighs working, I'm sure, as well. Let's go 4. Good. Trying not to collapse in the body. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Now our right arm is going to do a beautiful sweeping circle up. We're going to reach back as if we're going to try and touch our right heel. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. And we lift through the left arm. We're going to come back up again and circle the arm forwards. So we'll do 6 on each side. We reach it back, little back bend, reaching up. Keep the body working through the front line. Use your center to come up and forwards. And we go back. And we come up. And we go back. And we come up. Last one. Really nice on this side. We go back. Maybe this time you want to look up to the sky, up to your hand. Restack with control. And we'll go for the other side. So left arm, big sweeping circle back. And reach for the foot. Connect and forwards. So we're working here. Your centering muscles as you take the back bend. You're working your back flexibility and your shoulder mobility as well. And your legs and your hips to stabilize you and stretch out. So loads going on. On this last one, let's hold it back. Big sweep. Maybe reach up and look to the top. Hand to the ceiling. And then we come all the way up. And rest for a moment. Good, you can feel those legs. Now we've got one last exercise with this little sequence that we're doing here for this little combo routine. We're going to come into our front support plank position. So bringing the hands down, find your all fours. So you might want to come a bit further forwards on your mat. Take a moment just to find that long, stable spine so you're connecting to that midline. We're going to step our legs back into our plank, our front support position. Nice and strong, pulling up through the front of the legs, drawing the shoulders down the back, shining the chest all the way out in front of you. Good, now we're going to lift the right leg up. So we find that one-legged, what we call leg pull. We're going to lift to a downward facing dog, but a one-legged downward facing dog. So you've got to really control through the middle. You're going to bend the knee, open through the hip on that side. So you get a little bit of an extra twist, a little extra stretch through the hip flexor and through the back. From there, stretch the leg out, roll it back to parallel and come back down to your plank position. So we work that core as we come back to that plank. Other leg. First of all, without coming to downward dog, lift the left leg. Then push it up and back into that one-legged downward facing dog. Open the hip, drop the heel, feel the stretch in the lower back, the pelvis, the hip flexor. Stretch the leg out, keeping it turned out, and then bring it all the way back to plank. Let's do that one more time on each side. Lift the leg first, lift it back, enjoy it now. Open the hip, find that stretch, bring it back. One more on the left. Good. Bring the knees down and find your child's pose. Well done, everyone. Take the knees wide. Have a moment to release into child's pose. Let's flip the palms up. Let the head rest down and breathe into your back. Good. So those really lovely full body flowing exercises. So good for conditioning your body in a healthy, strong and mobile way. Let's walk the hands back towards us. Find a comfortable seated pose to end your practice with me today. Maybe cross-legged, and just let your hands just settle onto your lap. Good. Feel that shift of energy, of perspective from before you did your practice to now. And just taking a moment to be still and to be calm and to be grateful for your healthy moving body. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoy that session. Whether it's your first session with me or you've been doing my YouTube classes for a while, then we actually have a little offer for our YouTube subscribers within the virtual studio where I'm giving away a few classes for free for you guys, just for you guys, only through the link below. So go to the description box, check out the link below, and you're going to be able to see what's happening over in the virtual studio, a little sneak peek. So make sure you go and check that out because it's just for you guys for free. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you on the mat again soon. Bye.